Hello. Oh, for some reason, the mic was off when I was actually streaming. I just noticed that right now. Um, working now. Let me test this out. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. The mic is back and it's working, so stream is fine. We could just continue and go ahead and to the other point. So yeah, here we are. So basically, we are trying to make sure that the user when the user taps on this, they are not taken to this other confirmation screen. As long as the cart is empty, if the cart is empty, they shouldn't be able to navigate to this screen. So to do that, like I said, we just have to use an if statement right here. Basically, do if and try so we can say that we can actually use shopping cart.length for this, but we can actually use this. It will be easiest one to do. And that will be, say, if total price is greater than 0, basically navigate to this order confirmation screen. So let's try that out. So if you head over here and try tapping on this again, you see nothing happens. Go back, come back again, tap on this, nothing happens. And if you go back and add something to your cart, so let's say add to cart, tap on that, and that's added to the cart. Come back, head over here, you can actually see 15.37. Then if you tap on this, like you are taken to the confirmation screen, and there's two few things to change here. So if you are with me last time, if you are with me on the stream last time, you can actually notice that there's some stuff with most of these have not been fixed. So I did kind of like did some fixes on my own, the UI fix on my own, just trying to speed the stream up. Yeah, so if you tap on this, you can't actually make any change until you tap on this change icon to make changes right here. So over here should be our phone number of the user that is ordering, and then you have the name, the receiver name. Just put that as Kevin as the name of the user. And next will be location. So if you tap on the location and see locations will be suggested, and you can actually select any locations here and see that showing up here. And next you can actually pick a time, or you could just tap over here to pick a time, and you see that, and you can just pick any time you want, and this is the delivering time you're choosing. And if you want to add a note here, just tap over here, and then you can add a note, that as well. And if you tap over here again, see you can edit it again. And if you tap it, then you can edit it again. So that's functionality we are able to add. Right now we're able to get this to actually work to this point, but there are some, if you notice, there are some issues right now. You can see that we had coded this $30 right here, which shouldn't be this. This should basically be the actual amount we have in the shopping cart. So now over here, $15.37 as the actual amount in the shopping cart. So that should actually be the amount we should be seeing here, and not what is there. So to fix this, what we could do is basically say once we are trying to navigate over here, once we are trying to navigate to the checkout section, which is this screen, we need to pass the amount, the total price of the product that the user is buying, and also the whole overall total that actually added to their cart, or the whole total gift that the user is actually to purchase. So you have to add that here. There should be the number here, and the price over here, and the total price also over here. To fix that, what I could do is that, let's say we want to navigate to the checkout screen. What I need to do is to pass I'm going to call this param So right in here, let's see. Okay, I see. Yeah, how to actually do that. Yeah, so over here, just pass the parameters we're trying to pass here. One of them will be total, so we call that total price, and that will be from total price. Yeah, that's cool. And the next parameter right here will be shopping cart list. Shopping cart list. We actually pass that, or actually pass total item. So total item will be from your shopping cart list dot length. I think that will be for this and this. What else? And also the total price will be for this. I don't think there's any other changes we need to make here. If you go ahead and save this, let's go ahead and save that. And then if you head over here, so we want to actually be able to list this out once we are in this screen. So for now, we want to console log it. So I'm going to say to console log it, I want to get access to the props that we have right here. I'll say props, whatever that is passed in there, and the props could actually be any. So say props or any. And we can actually access our route params. So to access the route params, keep on doing this. So actually get this. So we have routes. So our parameter contains called the routes, and to actually access that, you just do let me see. Yeah, so route the params. Let's copy that over, and over here should be inside our checkout. So inside the checkout section, what we need to do is basically to say constant. Since route param is an object, we need to destructure it, and we're going to say this is equal to route.params. But there's nothing like route at the moment, so we can actually get that from props, the routes. So what do we want to get out of this? We want to get access to what we call price, total price. Want to get access to the total price and use that right over here. And we also have access to the total items that we have here. There we go. So if you go ahead and save this, that, console log this. I say I need to console log this total price, and again we just say total items. Changes to that, and head over to the shopping cart again. So right now, let's try this again. Hopefully console logged. So we're trying to look at this to see if something is showing up here. Tap on this and it worked. So you can actually see total price is 15.37, and then we have one item in the shopping cart. That's cool. What do we need to do right now? So I want to use this to dynamically change what we have here. So right here where we said we have two items, so now I figured out where that is. So we have product value and product value in here. So we could actually use so that should be two, that should be items, number and items, and over here I could actually say total items, or just passing like this. So just say total items and space, then we have items. So if you save that, you can actually see that worked. So product is one items, so that's cool. And next is actually the price, and for the price I'm going to remove this what we have here. Use this, then use string interpolation. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Right there, I'm gonna put $sign and another $sign with this, and inside here should be total price. There we go. If you go ahead and save that, and you can actually see that working. So the total price is 15.37, and shipping fee is free for now, and that will actually come from the distributors on the app. So for now, it's just free. Apply coupon empty at the moment. Total bill. So the total bill, we need to change that. So that should be coming from here. Basically, copy what we have here and use that right in there. Yeah, if you save that, I can actually see total bill is $15.37. That's cool. I don't think there's any other stuff we need to dynamically change here, except that user have to actually add them by themselves. So if you go over here and add on this change, add the username, like I said over here should be Kevin. And then over here, what we have over here, this should be the location. So if you type any location right there, select that phone number 971 and then any random digits. For now, we just input any random digit and a peak date. So we want this to be delivered by tomorrow, 12:26 p.m. So 12:26 p.m. So confirm. No, not tomorrow. So we want this to be delivered today, 11 a.m. Yeah, today we're not. Oh, okay, so yeah, so we are still so let's say 11:26, or basically actually say 11:30, because my time right actually is 11:30 right here, 11:30 p.m. right here. So I could say 11:39, maybe in the next 19 minutes, or in the next 9 minutes. Yeah, I want this to be delivered. Just confirm that, and you actually see the time showing also. If I want to add a card note, so I want the gift shop to actually create a card for me, so I can actually add the notes over here, and I could say love you. Yeah, I think that should be. I'll close this off. And so next week basically will be either the user wants to add a new card, but we haven't added this functionality yet, or the user can select if they want to pay with a credit card or they want to pay with a cash on delivery. But in our own case, I want the user to use cash on delivery, and if you use cash on delivery and press pay, I see you'll be taken to this other confirmation page, which is the screen we have right here. Right here. So the screen right here. Where is it? Yeah, it should be the page. Scroll down. Where is it? So there we go. You can actually see that your order is on the way. So these are other confirmation page. Once the user selects cash on delivery, because the reason we cash on delivery is that the reason why we are taking the user directly to this page, because they're not paying directly from the app, right? They're paying cash. So when the delivery guy comes to their doorstep, so they basically give the delivery guy the cash, and then the delivery guy will mark the product to receive, and then they will actually mark the product they see. Or if they don't want, they can just leave the app. Once the delivery guy marks it received, we can just confirm from our own section that the delivery guy has already received this. So that's it. So that's basically what the reason for this. And so they can just track their order or return to home page. But in this case, we still want to go back to fix something. Get back here. So if I select a credit card, if I click on this, it shouldn't take me to here. It needs to actually be able to show me a pop-up page where I can be able to actually add my credit card and confirm my payment, and then my payment to be confirmed and all those stuff. In that case, because I still want to be able to add payment option to the app, what we could do is to use Stripe payment. So basically Stripe payment. and head over here. I'm gonna go straight to Stripe React Native, because Stripe has an SDK for React Native here. If you want to work with Stripe, yeah, there's an SDK for React Native. So here we go. Right here, just not the GitHub one. I want to go straight to actually try both of them. See, head over to the GitHub. So React Native SDK to Stripe. Let's see this. Here is the GitHub repo, and because actually React Native SDK installation. This is how to install it. For Expo installation, this is how to install it on Expo. Next, you have to add a plugin for okay. This is for Expo. Basically, I'm using React CLI for my development. I'm not using Expo. If you guys are interested in knowing that, so I'm using React CLI. Yeah. So after that, you basically will be see requirements for Android requirements. So for Android, so these Android requirements, Android 5.0 API level 21 and above, your compiled SDK version must be 33. Yeah, so that must be compiled SDK version. And components, you can just read through this for iOS. So for iOS, the Stripe React Native SDK requires Xcode 13.2.1, which is what I'm using, or later is compatible with apps targeting iOS 12 or above, which is what we are targeting. For iOS 11 support, please use React Native at 5.0. For iOS 11 support, okay, yeah. Again, it says the SDK uses TypeScript features available. Okay, we don't need to know about that. You will need to run pod install. Basically, we need to do that, and this should be the setup. For the setup, we have the card field. We have this will display everything, the host styling and all those stuff. Stripe initialization. Use Stripe provider component to the root component of your application, or use init payment method. Okay, interesting. Publishable key. So yeah, you can actually get this fetch the key from your server. Yeah, so you get hold of this publishable key right in which is good. The reason for this basically is because you don't want to actually hard code publishable keys in your app, even if you are using .env environment, or you are using React Native config environment to put your secrets and all those stuff. Is not secure and is not advisable for production ready apps, which in this case, if you are trying to push this app for production, you will know that this publishable key needs to come for your server. So I'm going to show you guys how to basically call this function whenever you are in this screen to get a publishable key from your server, and then you can actually add it inside this use state right there. And I think that should be it. Yeah, and then you can actually use say use effect, or you can actually do this step. Use effect init Stripe, and then initialize it to a publishable key, which you have already. But I think I think this one works. Stripe provider, this particular one works right here. We are going to go with this. So let's see if there's any other stuff for testing purposes. Then we go with this. Then if you head over to presentation, React Native. So this is basically what your app will look like once the user taps on payments. They should say something like this, and it's still the same procedure that we're actually seeing here. There's nothing different. Enable payment method, add an endpoint. So let's see. Correct payment. Cool. Okay, let's try implementing this. So first we head over here and install the package in our app. So I'm gonna go straight over here and copy this npm install React Native, copy that, and head over here in our app root directory, clear this, I'll paste this npm install strat. And once that is done, the installation is done. So I'm gonna clear this. Next is basically to cut this off from running. So this should stop running. And do the same. Okay, yeah. And let's see what else we need to do. So once that is stopped, I'm gonna cd. Let's see which one we need to solve first. So after that, if you're using Expo, you have to go through this. If you're using Expo, okay, yeah. So there we go. Do this. But this for Expo, like I said, yeah. Let's add this. You see. So requirements, we have Android SDK, which we are currently using. Components, in order to use card form component, you need to install and configure material component team in your app. Okay, so let's configure material component team, add below dependency to your app /build Gradle file with specified version. So let's do this. Specified version should be so let's find the latest version. So that should be 1.8.0. So this should be the latest version. I think so. Yeah, 1.8.0 alpha 01. So let's do that. So I'm going to copy this and head over to app/build Gradle. So that should be right here. So you're going to close this, head over to Android. So there's an Android app level and build.gradle, and inside the build.gradle implementation, that should be somewhere down below. Okay, yeah, see. So dependencies, I'm going to include that somewhere right here. And then we have to change this version. Remember, we are here. Let's just copy any of this version number we have. Okay. Yeah, just copy this. And then right here, I'm going to paste this. Let's take a look again. Okay, dots. So that should become gongo.android.material, and then we have to remove this semicolon. Do we need it? Okay, we don't need it. Yeah. Semicolon here. So material dash 1.8.001. So that's the latest version. Once that is added, go ahead and save this. So make sure you saved it. And let's head over here. What else do we need to do? So it says set appropriate style in your styles.xml file. So head over to our styles.xml file, which should be source directory, main, res, and value. That should be here, styles.xml. And instead of styles.xml, I'll say that this should have something called um, theme.myapp.material.component.daynight. To fix that, I'm going to copy this, copy that. I'm going to comment this out, and then over here, paste this. No, not pasting that. I'm going to paste this one. Revert back, paste one I copied. So I copied this and pasted it, replacing this previous one. I think that should be it. And save this. What else do we need to do after that? So we need to work on iOS. The Stripe React Native SDK requires Xcode 13 point. Okay, we already have. And for iOS 11 support, we already have that. For 11 support, we need to use this. Also, yeah. So basically, that is what we need to do to support 11. The SDK uses TypeScript pictures available. Alternative to use the plugin transform TypeScript plugin in your project. You will need to run pod install. So after doing this, there's nothing else we need to add in it. Okay, yeah, basically run pod install in your iOS directory. So let's run that. And I'm going to exit from here, cd into iOS, clear this, and I'm going to say pod install, run that. Okay, we have someone new on our chat section. Welcome Metal Flash. Metal Flash, is that your real name? Metal Flash, welcome, and hope to see you around more. Yeah, just if you have any concerns on any stuff, you can just drop me a comment on the comment section or the chat. Yeah, that's the comment section. That's the same thing with chat. Yeah, just drop your comment on the chat section where we're going to talk about it. Also, where it says CocoaPod could not find compatible versions for Pod Stripe Financial Connection in Pod Stripe React Native was resolved, which depends on Stripe Financial Connection. None of this spec satisfying the dependencies. Stripe, okay, that's an issue. So how do we fix this? I'll clear this. I'll try some trick over here. Basically, that would be to head over right here inside the iOS folder. I'm going to go straight to podfile.log. Yeah, podfile. I'm going to delete that. Move to trash. Once I move that to trash, I'm going to come over here again and run pod install. Okay, so we're still having the same issues. Come on, what's going on? Let's see how to solve this. Let's take a look online, see if we can actually try to get ahead over there. So it says unexpected error when running no, not this. Okay, yeah, see that. Okay, so that did actually take us to the right place. Let's see. Okay, we are not the only one getting the issue. So okay, let's try opening up our S code and try one of the solutions they wanted us to do. Okay, for the repo. Okay, let's run this one. Looks like we have to give you some time to actually finish up installing the path files before you can actually do anything in there. Okay, guys. While this is starting, you can just drop your chart, drop something on the chart, so we can actually talk about something else. Yeah, drop in on the chart and we just talk about it. Also, guys, try to subscribe and let's get a subscription bubbling right now. Try to get the number up. Okay, guys, the installation is done. Let's try working on this. So over here, just clear this, clear this, and head over here. And I'm going to run npm run iOS. Yeah, so that will restart our app again. While that is actually working, next off you can actually go back to the Stripe website. Okay, right here. Next is to kind of like initialize our Stripe provider. And then we need to actually do that. So let's copy that. Just copy that right over here. That's over here. That should be inside inside the home screen, not the home screen, basically checkout. At the checkout screen, what we're gonna do on the checkout screen is to head over to the top right there, and we're going to use effects. So we need to use effect to actually initialize the whole stuff that we need to do. Let's see, either we do that or so they give us actually two options. So either we use this to initialize it, or we can actually use effect, this particular function right here, to initialize it with our publishable. So I'm going to say app over here, so run use effect and run this. So let's head over to our app section, this section right there. It doesn't matter if we actually do it inside here. So yes, we can actually add touchable without feedback, and in there we have a view. In here you just add this and then remove this. Then need to import Stripe provider. Let's see. Okay, if we have to move this, I'm going to move this out over here. And decide to wrap this whole stuff. to this point, get. I'm gonna say Stripe provider, and then I'm gonna paste the code we just copied. And inside the Stripe provider, we need to add the parameters that are missing. We should be okay. Do go to this, copy this, copy those, and over here paste them in. Okay, and let's see what else we need to actually fix. So let's save this for now and try testing this out. And go over here, try checkout, and you can see can't find variable publishable key, so that's returning us an error. And that's due to this what we have here. And in here we can actually use effect right here. Use effect, and yeah, we just know that code we need to create a constant, and inside a constant I'm gonna say in there I'm going to create a variable called publishable key. Yeah, publishable key in there, and yeah, set publishable key, which is being empty, and this is fixed at the moment. What else we need to do is, so in here we need to make a fetch call to our API or any of them. In here we're going to use Axios, so you can just install Axios for making API calls. So I'm going to basically go over here and install Axios. Okay, I think I should over here download that. So npm, go over to the npm and look for Axios. So if you actually use Axios, you can actually use fetch, but fetch is native to JavaScript. Yeah? We use Axios or fetch, but let's use Axios. And npm install Axios. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but I always call it that. So over here, let's go. So I'm gonna go down below here and call that function npm install Axios, and we should wait for this to finish up. Okay, the installation is actually fast. Look at the previous one we are having. And yeah, so there we go. So what else? Okay, now we installed Axios. So how do we actually make this work? So we have to call Axios.get, make a get request to any of our server. In this case, I'm going to make a get request to Node.js server that we have running on Glitch. So yes, guys, I'm going to introduce a new platform called Glitch. If you guys don't know about it, so it's basically a platform that will help you to set up your static website or set up a quick server. You can actually use that for your project, any of your projects. And you can edit it live, and it's there working live. You don't need to push the live changes or do anything. Just make a change, and the change is actually live there. So yeah, that we call that it's called Glitch. You can actually check it out. I have a server and I set up. So if you guys have been following me on the Flutter project, so yeah, it's during the Flutter project that we actually created this server right here. So if you want to know more about that, you can actually go over to my Flutter project and check to the time where I started creating server of Flutter project with Stripe, so that you can come across this basically server here. So I'm going to be possibly reusing this server with more project that will be doing live here. So no need of creating a new one. So what I'm going to do, and actually free and live on Glitch. You can actually go on Glitch and obtain it. It's called obtainable Pi liquid. Yeah, you can just fork it and remix it. So basically remix it and becomes yours. That's all the stuff you need to do. Right at the top over here, I want the user to make a get request. So when the user make a get request, hopefully that's what I'm now. I'm gonna say send Stripe publishable send Stripe publishable key to app. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm gonna say app. So this is basically express app. I'm gonna say app.get. So whenever there's a get request or someone makes a get request, yeah, and I'm gonna say the endpoint will be Stripe pb key. Yeah, so when someone makes a call to that end, what I'm going to do is to basically send back a response. So this we're going to have a request and a response. So the request, I'm going to call that req, response will be res, and in here I'm going to close this off with semicolon, and right over there it should actually have a comma, so I'm passing a call back into there. And what I'm going to do is basically say response. Okay, now we call it res dot send send. I think we actually need to encode this as a JSON before sending it out to the user. Yeah, so response.json, yeah, just send it back to the user. So that should be this JSON. You can open up our log to see the status, what is going on. That should be response.json. Inside, I'm going to send a JSON object back to the client. And what is going to be inside the JSON object, I'm going to say pb key. I call it pb key. And the pb key, the value is basically going to come from our environment variable. Where is that? Actually had a way to import it. Process environment or Stripe. Okay, I see. Yeah, process or environment the Stripe. You can actually get that. So if you don't know what Stripe is all about, so I already added my Stripe test key right here. So this actually, I'm not showing it. I'm not going to show it in full. I don't want anybody to use it. So this is my test key for Stripe. So this is a short of it, and I'm going to get access to this Stripe. This property here, if I call it from environment variable, it's going to return this to me. So over here, what I'm going to do is basically say send process.environment or send a Stripe key back to the user, and that's all. And then the user can actually start making use of that. So let's save this. Once that is saved, and like so I was talking about Stripe, so you guys can head over to stripe.com. So head over to stripe.com, register. If you haven't registered, try to register, or if you have a dashboard. For me, I just tap on dashboard because I've already registered. Hopefully I'm not logging in. Okay, that asks me to log in. So I'm basically go ahead and log in. No, don't tell me to register. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, we already. What? Okay, I think yeah, we're good to go. Yeah. So once you register, you can actually get your publishable key and your why is this saying live? I'm actually in a test mode. Okay, I see. Yeah, so get your test publishable key. So just tap over here, you copy your test publishable key, and then once you copy that, already copied it. I don't know if there's any changes here. Just copy that, head over to your glitch server. right here. So just make a remix of mine, and once you head over there, replace whatever is in here with it. Okay, I see. So these are Stripe test key, my secret key, not my publishable key. Okay, that's my bad. So in that case, I need to create another environment variable here, and I'm going to call this Stripe. So Stripe underscore PB key. So I call that PB key, meaning publishable key. I'm going to copy this and then head over here, and I'm going to paste that in. Like I said, I'm not going to show it to anyone, so I'm going to paste that in right in there. And so once we get that, yeah, I think that should be it. And then copy this key, and I'm gonna go over here. I think most of you actually saw the key because I didn't do it fast. So actually, that's a test key, not a publishable key, not a live key. So I can say revert it back. So over here, I'm gonna paste this. So I'm gonna say send back response.json pb key process environment.stripe pb key. So I'm sending that back to the user. And so let's try this. I'm going to go to share, copy our URL, and head over to the code. We have an environment variable right there, env key that I created, and over here I'm going to say stripe, no, not stripe, I'm going to say base. What did I do? So that should be base URL. So base URL is equals to this. So this will be our base URL for accessing our server. And this right here, I could actually call this to be PB key. Call this, okay, stripe PB key is equals to base URL slash so base URL slash this endpoint that we have here. Just want to get access to that and paste that right in here. So I'm going to remove one of these slashes. I forgot and save this. Now let's try making a request to this one. So right in here in our ACOS, so we're going to go for our ACOS instructions. So head over. Where do we actually paste that code that we copied? Okay, that is instant checkout. I'm going to create a function. The function will be basically say constant like that. So that should be const get pb key. That'll be a synchronous function. In here I'm gonna so like I said, you already have fetch. Go ahead and use fetch, or you can use ACOS that we already have. And we actually installed ACOS, guys. So what do you guys think? Should we leave it at fetch? I think let's leave it at fetch. But before we do that, before we do anything, so I'm going to replace this to come from our environment variable. So I'm going to say process.env dot okay, yeah, I remember we actually had our environment variable somewhere. So now I figured out where I added the environment. I think I added the environment. Okay, m.tds. Yeah, I see. So over here, I'm going to say export we export API key. So say the API key, what's the name that we actually gave it here? So we call it stripe pb key. Over here, and export this stripe pb key, which is actually a string. Save that, and API key, we use this somewhere. I'm gonna figure out how we use that. So these are to get access to it. Okay, and then we could just head over to what we have inside the checkout. Then go ahead and import this. And the one we want to import is basically what we call stripe pb key. So that's one we want to import. Once that is imported, so I'm gonna say over here dash stripe pb key, and once that returns a JSON, we want to destructure the JSON object and get hold of what we call pb key. So we get it with the name pb key. There we go. So return that. What did I say? pb key. So that should be pb key, and then set pb key. There we go. So go ahead and save this, and we need to call this right in here. So that should be get pb key. Now save this. I want this to actually run once and not multiple times. So the use effect runs only once, and you actually unsubscribe from this fetch request by calling fetch.cancel, yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm not going to go into that. So there we go. So I save this, and we are running this pb key, but we still want to console log this out to make sure that we're actually getting something. So it's gonna cause a problem. So if I go ahead and actually console log this out, everyone's gonna see it. So I'm gonna say the split. So I'm gonna split this, split from 0 to 1. If you split it from 0 to 1, and then return our index 0. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna clear our console, clear the console, and try restarting the app again. So over here, tap on this, and did it work? Did it work? It actually worked. It worked. I can see the publishable key being returned from the server. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'm returning the API keys from the server, test key. But this didn't actually work. I'm trying to split this, but the splitting wasn't working. pb does split. The JavaScript split function split a string and converts it on an array. Split JavaScript, yeah. So the split, yeah, split a test. Okay, I see. Yeah, we used it the wrong way. Okay, I see. Basically, I would actually say split by. Okay, split by this. But in our case, I know that our API key this character in it, so I'm going to split by that character and then return the first one for you guys to see. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, that worked. Okay, let's test this out. The console back. Yeah, so that everyone could see that. So right now, let's see, because if you can remember, I said that we are going to return the API key. We are going to save the API key in our server, and we already return the API key from the server. I'm not going to hard code it inside the app. It's not security secured, so that doesn't make any sense. So save it in the server, and also inside the server, you still have to make sure that it's actually secured in the server, not just putting it out inside the server, something like that. Just make sure it's actually secured in the server too. So yeah, just for the test cases, yeah, we still need to make sure that it's actually secured in the server. So over here, like I said, we are returning it from the server. And if I actually go over here and restart our app, I want to show you guys something. So you can actually see the API key over here. So I'm going to go straight here, click on checkout. You could see, the PB key is being returned. And you can see the PK, that's short form of the API key because I just shortened it. I don't want to show the full API key to you guys. That's why I'm splitting it by this character, and I'm returning the index from the API key. So that's it. So we can actually use that right in here in our Stripe provider. And then the merchant ID is actually required, and you need to create this for iOS. And then scheme.url, your URL scheme. My URL scheme will be, let's say, if you want to do a deep linking for the app, you have to add a URL scheme right here. So in our own case, I think I actually leave it open for now. But I think it makes sense because we already added that. So just already added a URL key. So let's go ahead and use that one. So over here, I'm going to basically go ahead and show you guys what I mean by URL schemes. I was actually thinking that we created it previously for the app. For some reason we didn't. Okay, interesting. So we need to actually create that. Let's see. So I'm gonna copy something from somewhere in my previous app. So let's see. Okay, I can see that. So that's called CF bundle URL. So there we go. CF bundle URL. That's what we're looking for. So CF bundle URL, you can actually add that in your iOS, and you actually need to add this on Android. But for now, we are going to add it over here. Yeah, so the code is let's see, yeah. So this will be our URL scheme. So I copy that, and then you can add this. As like I said, you need to add this on Android also. But for now, we're not testing on Android. We still need to do that if you're testing on Android. So on checkout, I'm going to replace this whatever we have here with this SC. That's our URL, and then this merchant identifier. We need to create that on your. You need to create that one on your iOS developer page. So let's save this. Let's see what else we need to do right here. So we already set up this. This already set up. And let's say for testing, not this. missed the part. So the usage should be okay, confirm payment. So we need to be able to show the user this card field, or we can actually make use of, where's it again? The one they showed over here. So we want to be able to show the user a payment sheet. That's able to actually open a payment sheet right here. Okay, let's see. So and we need to create this function. So we need to actually create this function called app.post slash payment sheet. But this is for testing for the at the moment. So this is just for testing. So don't use it in production. And I think I have similar stuff already created. Let me see. Okay, looks like we haven't added that, so I can actually use go down below here. Let's try payment sheet. Below here, we just copy the helper code we added here. So copy that code and head over to our glitch server, paste that. We need to make changes to a whole lot of stuff. So lady over here says stripe, I will stripe.customers.create ephemeral key to create that by passing the customer ID. So basically you already call this customer create if you don't have an existing customer. If you are following me along on the Flutter project, you see where I talked about this is something similar to this. I create the customer ID, and then API version is basically 2022-0801, and then create a payment intent, passing in the amounts, and then the currency, the customer ID, and then the automatic payment method should be true. And once that is done, return the payment intent, ephemeral key, customer ID, and publishable key. But in this case, our publishable key, we just need to so this is not actually our publishable key. I'm going to replace this with our real publishable key, which we can actually get from the previous one we did here, the previous get request that we created right here. Yeah, process env this. So copy that. So there we go. So I'm gonna save this. Let's just basically save that and create an endpoint that kind of like touches to that point. So I'm gonna go over to the env environment again. Our environment in there. I'm gonna create another one. Call this stripe dash pay intent. which should be equals to obtainable slash payment sheet. So there we go. So payment sheet, that's what we're going to call it. Remove this and remove one of this one of the parentheses. That parenthesis slash, not parenthesis. So we're going to copy this Stripe URL, head over to our module, type module export. That should be export Stripe Stripe payment intent. And I'm going to head over to the main checkout page. Inside the main checkout page, I'm going to do something like this. So over here, import the payment intent URL from our environment variable. And once we do that, so head over here, we need to create this function right here. So we need to create a function called fetch payment sheet params, like this, and then another one called initialize payment sheet, like this, and again another one called open payment sheet, and the payment sheet function. So let's go ahead and copy all this. I'm going to copy all the way from here. So that's some changes we still need to make. So over here, so let's do that somewhere below this point. So first we created sheets and present payment sheets. Getting that from Stripe. There we go. And once we get that, it created a loading and set loading to first, that basically importing use state. Most of this we're not going to use it, and we are going to say response that with fetch, and we're going to fetch this endpoint that we added, Stripe payment intent. There we go. And it's going to be a post request, and content type is basically a JSON. I send a payment intent inferior key. We get response to JSON of this request we are making right over here. And we return that from this function as an object. And next we are going to call initialize payment sheet. So the initialize payment sheet is going to have return this from fetch payment. And once that is done with, so I'm going to say constant await payment sheet, init payment sheet. And then let's fix this customer. Call this perishable key ID. I'm going to use that somewhere. So we already have customer from here, and inferior key payment intent. Allow delete payment true. So why is this throwing an error? Okay, set up intent client secret. Is actually needed. Okay, let's see what else we need to actually do. After we call open payment sheet, let's add that. That's basically over here. Just copy this code right there. could have done this in our own. We still need to move it straight inside here, own method function we created here. But for now, let's use the one we copied over and test this out. If you go ahead and try to make to test this out, so this function should be called in here. I'm going to say if payment method card is selected, go ahead and call this function. Else, if the other one is selected, go ahead and call this function. If you go ahead and save this for now, and if nothing is selected, so save this. So let's try this. So over here, let's just say location. Type that in. The receiver name should be Kelvin for now. Phone number 971, random phone number. Then peak delivery time, peak, and then test. Note we don't need that. So what I could do, just set cash delivery and then hit pay to say error. No payment sheet has been as yet. So let's see. So I know that the issue must be coming from basically from here. So let's put this. So most of these errors must actually be from TypeScript. So equals to wait init payment sheet. Okay, it requires payment present payment sheet, publishable key. So because it's something called setup params, which should be actually an object, but once you pass in an object, start showing an error. So needs a customer. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, still saying the same. Okay, come on. Think we are missing something, probably. Um, okay, we have to call this in a use effect to actually initialize the payment sheet initialization. Uh, if we do that, okay, let's try this. So head over to the use effects over here. After get PBF key, I'm gonna call payment key initialization. But I don't think that. Okay, let's see. Okay, that worked. So you're able to actually get a payment sheet show up for the user to actually pay. Over here, you're saying pay $10. And if you are thinking where that came from, that actually came from our back end over here. So this is actually $10. 10.99 means 10.99. So if you want $100 there, that should be 199. That should be 100. That 1 and 2 0, which is 100.99. So yeah, so that's basically where that is coming from. And for now, we are in test mode. It's that's why in test mode. Add your payment information, scan a card if you want, and your payment details, then add it in here. I think that should be it. And yeah, so we'll be stopping here for today. So tomorrow we just continue from finishing up this section, be able to add a payment details, complete whatever is remaining, make sure that everything is working fine. So yeah, so that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, and yeah, probably hoping to be able to finish this tomorrow. Yeah, I think we can finish it tomorrow. I'm also hoping to be streaming tomorrow also if something didn't come up. Yeah, but I will let you guys know if something happens and I didn't stream. But yeah, so let's I'll kind of like get out here tomorrow. Probably be streaming earlier than I did today because this is actually late in the night. So I'll be streaming earlier tomorrow, and hoping to see you guys joining me on the stream also. And thank you guys for everyone that joined today. To see you guys tomorrow also. Have a nice day, and also please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Hit the subscription button and subscribe, and join me tomorrow. And we're going to walk through these issues and fix them. But we are able to do some stuff. Today we arrived at some point that's actually cool. I like that. So yeah, hoping we can like achieve more and complete one of these tomorrow. Thanks for joining, and everyone that's there, have a nice day. See you guys next.